What's going on, guys? Gohashi here. I know it's been a minute since I've dropped the video, but I haven't had a laptop for the past couple weeks because my old one wasn't really working. So I just got a new one recently and here we are, and it's good to be back. Since it's been a few weeks since I've posted a video, I figured it'd be a good opportunity to do a Q&A with you guys. So that's why I posted on my Instagram story last week asking for some questions. And I'm here today to answer some of your questions and just have some fun with it. So let's get it started. So the first question is, name 4 anime characters you would sit next to at a bonfire for a night in the Adirondacks and why? So that's an interesting one, but I would want to sit with Hashirama Senju, the mentor that helped Gon and Killua figure out how to use Nen, and then also Saitama from One Punch Man and Goku from Dragon Ball Z. And the reason behind those characters is Hashirama, I'd want to kind of just learn some of the history of Naruto and of like the Great Ninja Wars, and just kind of hear like some of his experiences through the war, and just also like his relationship with Madara. That would just kind of be interesting to me. And then meeting with or talking with the mentor to Gon and Killua, I would just kind of want to learn how to use Nen. If I could possibly do that in one night in the Adirondacks with him, that would be super cool. And then at the end of the night, if I was getting bored with learning or hearing history, I would want to see Saitama and Goku go at it, because most likely Goku would want to fight Saitama to see how strong he was, and it would just be a cool fight to see. All right, so question 2. What anime, in your opinion, has the best battle graphics? So having like the best animations during a fight scene. At the top of my head, I would have to go with Demon Slayer, because they just have a movie quality animation throughout the show and even during the fight scene. It's really just consistent throughout the show, and just watching the Mugen Train movie just confirmed for me that the show has movie quality animations. Like, because the animations in the movie looked exactly the same as the animations in the show, which was pretty cool to do because most shows have a hard time doing that. All right, so question 3. Would you rather work out with Asta or Rock Lee? Which would you feel closely assimilated with and why? We got another 2-parter. Thinking through with that, even though I am catching up on Black Clover, I used to not want to watch that because I didn't want to put up with Asta's voice, but I got over that in the past like 2 or 3 episodes or 4 episodes, and now I'm pretty deep in, well, not even deep in, but making consistent grind. I'm watching a couple every day at like 50 episodes, like 50-ish episodes. But anyways, back to the question. I would still have to go with my boy Rock Lee. I'd work out with him. You know, that is the Taijutsu master. He learned from the Blue Beast himself, Mike Guy, so I gotta go with my boy. Plus love Naruto, the anime, so gotta go with him. And which would you feel closely assimilated with and why? I would still have to go with Rock Lee, in my opinion, just because I can relate to him more so than I can with Asta. Because with Asta, like, even though, you know, he doesn't have magic, he was given like the book to use the swords and stuff like that and have the anti-magic. He still worked very hard to, you know, heighten his physical abilities and fight, but Rock Lee is really handicapped in Naruto. He's only able to use Taijutsu. He can't use Nenjutsu or Genjutsu, you know, so 1 out of the 3 jutsus, and one of like the weaker jutsus out of the 3, you know, puts him at a big disadvantage in the ninja world. So he's really only good at, you know, hand-to-hand combat and close combat. So he's really has to make up for that much more than Asta would have to, because Asta has the swords. He's able to do a lot more with them. I'm not that far in, but he's able to, you know, absorb magic from other people and use them with his blades when he attacks. He's able to cancel out magic and things like that. Rock Lee just has his hands and legs, he just has his body, and with being able to open the inner gates, he's able to heighten his physical abilities, but at a cost though. He might break some bones, or he might injure himself faster than he would if he was just fighting normally. But back to the question, I relate more to Rock Lee because, he starts off with nothing and he's really put at a disadvantage. And it just kind of feels like how I was growing up. Like I've never really been someone that was super talented or really was good at something particularly. I really put in a lot of work and, dedicated my time and effort into, achieving my goals and being good at whatever path I chose to go into. And, that's something I still go into today. So that's why I can kind of relate to Rock Lee more, and I just feel a deeper connection with him. And that's why I really love Rock Lee, and I've always loved him as a character as I watch Naruto. All right, so question 4. When it comes to training, what is the most effective ab exercise and workout you could do to build your core? So for people that don't know, I am a personal trainer and I'm a certified strength conditioning coach. So, I work with people in one-on-one settings and group settings to help them achieve their fitness goals. So that's why one of my buddies asked me this question. So on the top of my head, the most effective ab exercise I can think of would be a partner lateral medicine ball toss. So when you're in a split stance and you're facing one way, your partner's facing the other. So you're kind of like mirroring each other. Like, so I would have my left leg forward, you've had your left leg forward, and we're throwing the medicine ball back and forth. So I really like this exercise, and I don't think you can get this stimulus with any other exercise because you get the benefit of a little anti-rotation and rotation, whether you're throwing the ball to your partner or you're receiving it. You have to accelerate through, or you have to brace, absorb the blow, and then carry through. That's a stimulus that you won't really get through any traditional ab exercise. And rotation is typically something that we all need in order to, have a good functional core. And as far as an ab workout that would build your core or best build your core, it's going to include those partner split stance medicine ball throws. It's also going to include hanging leg raises, whether that you start off with single leg knee tucks, because doing like just the straight leg raises is kind of difficult for most people. So starting off with like single leg knee tucks, eventually going to double leg knee tucks, and then even maybe like single leg raises or double. Definitely gonna really work the lower abdominals as you do that. And then my third would be a barbell or any type of rollout, whether it's the barbell, TRX, or like the ab wheel. That's really gonna be a great benefit for upper abdominals as well. So those are my big 3. Medicine ball, partner, lateral throws, the hanging leg raises, and rollouts. All right, so on to question 5. Who is your favorite anime character of all time? That is a good one, but what comes to mind for me is Lelouch from Code Geass. Like, just an amazing anime and just a very interesting character, from start to finish, and just how he progresses throughout the show is really cool. First starting off as a kid of royalty, and because his mother's assassinated, he ends up going into like a witness protection style of thing. So him and his sister get their names changed, and they're still in the same nation that they're in, but they're treated as everyday normal people to protect themselves. And he stumbles across like someone that gives him the ability to control people, up to one time. And that's what really kicks off the show, and really allows him to he wants to like seek revenge for his mother's death, and really kind of right wrong and just change the nation and change the world. So seeing that was cool, and seeing him start a revolution and try to just uphold the government and make big changes to the country was kind of cool to see, from a high schooler's level. So, and it reminded me a lot of Death Note, because I watched Death Note before that. So having a very strategic, high schooler that, has the potential to change the world was kind of interesting to see. And then even the ending, I'm gonna give you a spoiler, but at the end, Lelouch realized the only way he can, create a safe environment for his sister is by dying. And he becomes the villain basically by, letting everyone hate him because, he created this war, killed thousands and thousands of people, and created peace by dying for the war. And he ended up getting what he wanted, a safe world for his sister. Even though he started off, wanting to get revenge for his mother, but realizing that that wasn't going to, benefit in the long run. So he tried to do whatever he could to protect his sister. And it was cool to see. It was cool to watch. All right, so last question, question 6. What's the most impactful anime in your life and why? So I gotta stick with my main anime, my number one anime, my favorite anime of all time, Naruto. The reason it's so impactful to me is because I started watching it in a period of my life when I was starting to figure out, who I was as a person. I started watching Naruto in depth when I was in college, my freshman year of college. That's when I started. And at that point in time, I was just trying to figure out who I was as a person and who I wanted to be. Because before that, in high school and years prior, I was just one of those kids that was just kind of follow along with the crowd, do whatever, and not really share my opinion, just kind of go with the flow. And college hits, I did college football, and eventually I did cross country my super senior semester. So, but that freshman year of college, I really wanted to, kind of figure out who I was. I wanted to figure out, what it really meant to be me and make me different from everyone else. And part of that was anime. I really loved anime, regardless of what people thought to at the time, because I get my balls busted and teased about it, but it didn't matter because I enjoy it. I still enjoy it to this day. And that was just important for me because that was something that I identified as that made me different and that, made me who I am, because I truly enjoyed it and I just really related to it. But anyways, that's the last of the questions. I really appreciate you guys sending me the questions. I enjoyed making this video. It's kind of cool to share some of these things with you guys. And, if you like the video, leave a like down below. And if you mess with the content, subscribe to the channel. And if you want to see videos like this in the future, let me know in the comments below. That's all I got for you guys today. I'll see you next time.